Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your total body, no repeat with weights workout. So we're gonna be working with a combination of dumbbells and kettlebells today. If you have both, use them. Otherwise, just use whatever you have available to you. I will give you lots of different options. And of course, we're gonna do it all with no repeats. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's start just by getting a quick warm up. We're gonna keep this short, so go ahead and march and pump those arms so we can get our body's temperature up. We'll get a few quick mobility moves before we start adding weights. As you can see behind me, I have a bunch of dumbbells and a bunch of kettlebells. If you don't have both, that's okay. Just use whatever you have available to you. If you do have kettlebells and dumbbells, I'm gonna be alternating between the two. We're gonna be moving pretty quickly, especially since it's no repeat. So just use what you have available to you, and I'll try to cue you when you may wanna go heavier or lighter if you have that option. If you only have one set of dumbbells, that is okay. Let's cross those arms over and under. Big step out, and then reach up. So if you can, shift your weight into that hip so we get a little bit of a hinge right here, and open up the hips in the side lunge. So we have two quick circuits today and a little mini bonus circuit. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get in and out, keep it short and sweet, and again, no repeat. We're gonna be alternating a bit between some compound exercises, two things working at once to keep the heart rate up, to get a little bit of that Metcon. Let's take it right here, hinge up with the Y, hinge up with the I, just like that. So we're gonna get that metabolic conditioning, meaning we're gonna get the cardio just based on the fact that we're gonna be moving quickly, getting a lot of muscles working together at once. And then of course, we're going to have some isolation, some back to basics where you can go a little heavier and really concentrate on building that strength. Let's tap it back right here. You can reach it up right here. Open up the knees and the hips right here. And if you're able, let's hold one down right here. You can reach it here, reach up, reach through. And then as you're ready, switch that. You can keep it up for the stretch or drop it all the way down, reach through here to here. If you're able after this, meet me down on the mat. You can also put your hands on the wall or hands on the bench or chair, sturdy chair, whatever it is for you, just to warm up in the core, just a little forward and back, just a little side to side. You can even do just a little child's pose for the stretch, up to that plank. Whatever you need to do to get the core warmed up, to stretch through your back, maybe even a little down dog. Don't overthink it, just move with me. And then as you're ready, go ahead and walk those hands back. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. And then let's slowly roll it up right here. All right, tap and reach across. So we're gonna start with some lower body and alternating lunge into a step up, all right? So an alternating lunge or a step up, I should say. So if you have a bench or something that you can easily and safely step up on, that is a great option. You can do it with or without weights. If you don't have that, we're just gonna alternate in the lunge. Right after that, we're gonna go to a version of a single double row. So both of those I'm going to do with some heavy dumbbells. If you wanna join me, you can always switch to lighter if you need to. Here's what we've got. You either are doing an alternating lunge, step back, hip distance apart, drop the knee if you can. If you need to keep it a little higher or keep it in a tap back, that works too. Or you're stepping up and then stepping down, switching your lead leg. Grab those weights, 3, 2, 1, here we go. If it starts to feel like too much with the weights, especially if you're doing the step up, just take the weights out of it or drop one weight and keep it with one. Really keep your weight forward. Either way, not hunching in the back, not rounding in the shoulders, but keeping your weight forward so we don't end up coming down in the back, right? So think left, right, right, left, right, left. We got 5 seconds. Can we get one more? 3, 2, 1. All right, your next move, watch me here. You can set your weights down for a second if you need to. We're gonna go single row, double row, right? So go ahead and grab those weights. You can either be hinged here or stagger if you need to, whatever feels best on your back. Pull towards the hips, squeeze in the shoulder blades. Here we go. Single row, double, all the way down. 1, 2, together, big squeeze. Single, nice flat back. Making sure you're not too far up, that you're letting that chest drop so you really can pull with the back, not with your arms, right? The big muscles along our spine are what is working, right? Right here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. I'm gonna switch to a kettlebell. You can keep 1 heavy dumbbell or 2 medium dumbbells on this. We're gonna do a squat into a rotational press. I know that heart rate is up. We're gonna sit low in the squat. As we come up, you're gonna press and turn the knees and the hips. 1 weight or 2, here we go. Here, here, and up. I know it's quick because we're going longer in these circuits and we're not repeating, right? We're not even pretending to repeat, as sometimes I get called out if I do, a lunge and then a curtsy lunge, but it's a no repeat. It is a no repeat, it's a different type of lunge. But this one, all new stuff. Keeping your body working for strength, for cardio, keeping your heart pumping, and your muscles working. 3, 2, 1. Next 2 moves are either down on the mat or down on the bench. Well, one on your back, the other one on the floor. Medium weight. We're gonna take it here. We're gonna do a pullover for a little core. If you can, we're gonna lower the legs as well. Go ahead and bring those feet up. You can either lower down for 2 or little toe taps. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down for 2, up for 2, down and up. So I'm not lifting my shoulders. My core is gonna work either way. And again, if you wanna have straight legs or do a little toe tap or march, if that's better for where you are in your journey. You can even do this without the weight. That's okay too. Down for 2. Woo! 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, team, now you are in a plank position. You can be on your elbows, you can be on your toes or feet or knees, or you can be elevated there if you need to, but let's wrap our core, start in that plank, and then if you can, we're gonna drop the knees one at a time. So you're holding a nice strong plank. Join me here. Right here. Knees are tapping. If you want, you can keep one knee on the ground and do a knee lift. If you can, keep both knees up. And if you want to get spicy, you can add a little hip dip as you drop those knees. We're still just pedaling the knees all the way through. Woo, burn. I know. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, team, last 2 moves go together. We've got our deadlift, and then we've got our swing. So your deadlift is with 2 heavy dumbbells. You're gonna hinge, then stand up straight. You can also do 1 heavy kettlebell if that is better for you. Then we're gonna give you the option to do a 30-second swing. But let's start with the deadlift. Here we go. Here, stand up straight, down, and up. Yes, you can. Right here. Keeping the shoulders what we call packed. So shoulders are pulled back. And as you come up, really connect with the glutes, the hamstrings, the deep core, the pelvic floor. Weights stay close to the front of the legs as we push the hips back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you can do that a second time, especially if you've never done a swing or a swing is not right for you. Otherwise, one dumbbell or one kettlebell, 30-second swing. So with that, we're taking that hinge motion we just did, we're powering up, locking out at the top, let it drop. You can hold one dumbbell here or one kettlebell, 30 seconds. Let's get it done. Core wrapped, shoulders back, prep it, deadlift or swing. Let it drop. Now, if you're doing the swing, it's all backloaded, right? I'm not lifting with my arms. I'm powering up through the back of the body, through my legs, my glutes, my core. My arms are just along for the ride. Use your breath. That's gonna help you stop standing up nice and tall. We don't wanna swing those hips forward and hyperextend. We wanna stop it right here. Last one, swing and relax. Woo! Catch your breath, team. That was your first circuit. I know. Oh. Right, let's grab a sip of water. Moves fast, but we're gonna be done with it quickly. That's your whole first circuit. Everything new coming up. Whoop, take the top off. We're gonna start with an alternating curtsy lunge or regular lunge and a bicep curl. So pick a weight that you can do biceps comfortably with. Our second move is gonna be a reverse fly. So for me, those are gonna be somewhere in the 15 to 10 range. I'm gonna start with the 15s, see how it goes. So here's what we've got. We're gonna alternate the curtsy lunge. If you can, cross behind, drop low, stand up, bicep curl. If you need to do just a tap back and not get as low or a lunge, that works too. Here we go. Curtsy, bicep curl. So compound movement, get low with the legs, up strong with that upper body pull, right? I'm doing a regular bicep curl, turning mid at the top. You can also do a hammer curl, palms in, especially if that starts to feel a little heavy. Or you can always alternate one at a time, right? 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. If you want, give your hands a little break. This is what this looks like. We're in that hinge position again, but instead of coming up here, we're gonna go wide with it, all right? It's tough if you need to go lighter or alternate, but you want wide, squeeze in the back, slowly down. Let's do it, hinge. Here we go. Squeeze. Again, keeping that chest low. That's gonna help us pull with our back muscles. If it starts to feel too heavy, take it one at a time. Or some little tricks you may find, turning your palms one way or the other helps, or bend those elbows. Make it a wider row. Up to you. Whew. I'm being ambitious today, trying to do my 15s for both. Ha! Yes! Squeeze if I don't get as high or parallel, and relax. That is okay. All right, back to kettlebell or dumbbells. We're gonna do a transverse squat. So it looks like a plie squat, all lower body, but we're gonna open up on the diagonal, step center, open up. So toes out. If the plie squat stationary is better for you, go for it. Dumbbells or kettlebells, here we go. Open up, bring it in. Yes. Breathe. And here, drop it low, up strong. Trying to keep the toes turned out, opening the hips, which is really good for hip mobility as well as strength. You can tell, you feel the top of the legs, but also a lot of hamstrings, inner thighs. Feel free to let your chest drop a little. to give you that space. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, last thing up top here, we're gonna take it triceps over our head. So 1 dumbbell or 2, you're coming here to here. Dumbbell or kettlebell, I'm gonna use actually a kettlebell. I feel like I have a better grip, but you do you. If you'd rather do a tricep kickback, that works too. Let's bring it up top, up and over. Here we go. Down and up. Looks like this. Elbows stay in and bring the weight, 1 weight or 2, behind your head, right? I'm trying to keep my hips stacked beneath my ribs, not letting it arch, right? And keeping those elbows pointing forward. I know, gets tough. Back of the arms, yes you can. Whoo! Breathe. Slow down if you need to. There's no rush on this. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, now we're back down onto the mat or onto the bench. I'm gonna show it on the bench. It is a press, as in chest press, chest, shoulders, tris, and it is a bicycle. So you're strong, you can go heavy on this one. If you want, you can pick to just do the press, or if you can, we're gonna add that bicycle for a little bonus core, then we're going into a plank. So you do you, 3, 2, 1. Start with the press, get that strong rhythm going, then one leg, then the other, right here. Slow and controlled. So one way that we created that muscle overload, that progressive overload in this workout is working muscle groups kind of back to back, like your lower body, or we did upper body pull, your bicep curl and your fly back to back. We did your triceps and your press back to back, right? So that is a way that we can get that overload when we're not doing repetition. Last one, and relax. Into the front plank position. You can be on your knees or on your toes, but we're gonna rotate to the side plank to get those side abs back to center. If it's better for you to stay on your knees, stay on your knees. Let's take it slow. Let's bring it up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Rotate back to center. Also this one, right? You're still having to use those upper body muscles, but I want you to think about your core. As you rotate, what's happening right here? Rotate and back. Yes, you can. And here. Breathe. Up. Yes. Stay strong. One more. And relax. All right, stretch it back. Team, we are going to take it, whoo, breathe, to that deadlift again, but this time we're gonna alternate. We're gonna do a kickstand, and then we're gonna switch. Kickstand, so you're putting one foot back as you drive your hips back. If that feels weird to you, I want you just to keep the regular deadlift. We're gonna follow this up with a swing. Catch your breath, one foot back in the kickstand. Here we go. Hinge, stand up straight and switch. If you feel too off balance, keep both feet parallel and just do the deadlift we did before. It's okay if it's repetition. I know. And up. Down. Stand up straight. And up. Shoulders back. Nice one. And relax. All right, last time, last thing of this circuit. Just like before, you can choose to do that again, the regular deadlift again, or the swing. And we have a quick bonus circuit that I think you're gonna like. All right, so 30 seconds, either your deadlift, just like before, or your swing, power it up. I know it's a lot of those glutes and hamstrings, but you're strong. You got this. So wrap that core, keeping those shoulders back. Remember, we're gonna hinge, drive it up, lock it out, let it drop. In 3, 2, 1, power up, let it drop. Right here, up. Again, use your breath to lock out at the top. Yes, up. Keep it going, lock it out. Let the power drive you up. Let your force stop you, and then follow it. 3, 2, 1, swing and relax. Pedal your feet right through here. Yes, team. Catch your breath. All right, here we go. Go ahead, grab those dumbbells. We have 2 last moves in 1 quick bonus circuit, all right? We're gonna make it fast, 40 seconds each. We're gonna get a bunch of things combined. So if you don't feel like doing all of it, I want you just to pick one. So we're gonna do a clean, which is either a bicep curl or a clean. Then you can either do an alternating lunge, or you can go down, down, up, up, and then we're gonna press. Again, clean, alternate your lunge, tap, tap, and press, or you can take it with surrender all the way down. All right, we have 40 seconds. Grab some weights in 3, 2, 1. Bicep curl or clean. You can either take it all the way down on your knees and then press. Back to here. Clean, switch your lead leg. You can also just alternate lunge left, lunge right, and here. Up to you. Up, up, power. Yes. Whew, I think I'm doing the same one. Okay, we get last one. Here we go. Lunge, press, and here. Whoo! Yes, team. All right, last thing here, I want you to get 1 heavy dumbbell. Meet me on the mat. Now, if this is not right for you, you can just alternate your row. If you can, meet me down on your knees or your toes. So you can do row, row, push up from here, or push up knees and toes, row and row. And then we're gonna do a little glute lift, all right? So you can also just be here to here. Push up, row each side, glute lift, knees or toes, 40 seconds. Let's finish strong. Here we go. Row, pull towards the hip, up. So notice every single one of these moves that we just put in these last 2 bonus, it's full body, right? Upper push, upper pull, glutes and core. Right here. Yes. Up and up. 10 seconds. Nice and strong. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Wherever you are, stretch that back. You did it, everybody. How are we feeling? Whew. I'm feeling that everywhere. Press those shoulders down. No repeat. I hope, roll through your back, that you felt that all the way through your entire body. We got heart rate, we got upper body, we got lower body. Roll back onto your feet, wherever you are. Have your hands on the bench, on the floor, here. Let your upper body hang and get a little pedal. Total body, using a mix of weights, whatever that looked like for you. Maybe it was the same set of dumbbells. Maybe it was alternating dumbbells and kettlebells like me. Maybe it was going up and down in weight. Whatever it was, you did it. We kept it moving, right? Not a lot of breaks to get that metabolic conditioning, to keep that heart rate up, to get those HIIT intervals. We kept it short and sweet, getting you in and out. And we got those muscles working hard, right? With no repeats. If you are someone who loves no repeat workouts, I feel you. Let me know below if you want to see more of these. Again, we want repetition of movement patterns and movements, but we can get that in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be the same workout. I love those types of workouts too, where we do 2 or 3 sets of the same thing. You can really see your progress that way, but you can really get progress this way as well. And sometimes that keeps our brain a little happier. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get one big deep breath in and out. You did it. That was your total body, no repeat with weights workout. Great job, everybody.